favorite personal trends of 2024 has to be the lookalike competitions that people have been hosting all over the internet. These goofy get-togethers are held for the sole purpose of figuring out who is the best lookalike or best embodies a certain celeb or character. And there have been some pretty notable examples, with the Drake lookalike competition offering $10,000 for the winner. Another pretty great example of one of these competitions is the Timothée Chalamet lookalike competition, which was held by YouTuber Anthony Poe for the grand prize of $50. This event was allegedly attended by over 10,000 people and even had Timothée Chalamet himself actually attend and gatecrash the event, taking photos with fans and doppelgangers alike. Well, at least right before the police came to shut the whole thing down, slapping the organizer Anthony Poe with a $500 fine for an unpermitted costume contest. And according to Inside Edition, 4 other people were arrested and slapped with summons for attending the lookalike competition. This trend is a lot of fun, and it's kind of perfect for all of the cosplayers out there. Cosplayers are so used to dressing up as characters and celebrities and doing it in public, so these lookalike competitions are kind of a no-brainer. And so is it really any wonder that on the 13th of December, on a cold day in Washington Square Park, over 400 people and over 25 cosplayers showed up to decide who was the best Satoru Gojo.
Who the hell is Gojo?
Now, speaking of anime and cosplays, I want to thank today's video sponsor, Doorzo. Doorzo is the middleman between you and Japan, allowing you to shop your favorite brands and find items that are simply not available in your home country. Now, as you can probably tell from my video backdrop, I am a collector of all things weeby and cute and alternative and anime. And importing goods from Japan is honestly my go-to method when it comes to buying things for my collection or for my office. And luckily with Doorzo is easier than ever, with an incredibly user-friendly app that boasts a consistent 5-star rating. You can shop and bid on Yahoo auctions, which is honestly a great way of finding rarer collectibles. And of course, you also get access to sites that I've been recommending and using for years, such as Mercari JP, Rakuma, and Surugaya. And with regular coupons and promotions, you'll regularly be able to get money off. Now, I ended up getting myself a couple of pre-Christmas treats, including the new Needy Streamer Overload bag and bag charm, which is perfect for cosplay or everyday. I also got myself the limited edition Chikawa bakery plushies, which I unfortunately missed on my last time in Japan. Unfortunately, I just couldn't queue up and get them, so luckily Doorzo had me covered. And of course, I couldn't resist and got some other cute collectibles to add to my room and to my wardrobe. Shopping authentic and buying from Japan is easier than it's ever been before. Whether you like to cosplay, collect, or just stay fashionable with your favorite brands, Doorzo's got your back and mine this holiday season, especially if you're lucky enough to get that sweet, sweet Christmas card money. I'm always the first person to recommend shopping authentic and from the original brand, so a big thank you to Doorzo for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to the video. So this Gojo lookalike contest was the brainchild of popular TikTokers Xander Small and All the Pots and Pans, aka Gale. Now both Xander and Gale are pretty well known for their JJK cosplays, with Xander's cosplays leaning more into the parody aspect of cosplay, and with Gale doing a mix of serious and more parody too, with Gale's Valley Girl Gojo gaining viral popularity and serving juicy couture realness. And of course, if you're an anime fan or just a JJK fan, you could not open TikTok without being thrown into the clutches of another thirsty Nanami or Toji edit. Or maybe that's just my algorithm. I built that for you page brick by brick. And so with a trend joking about looking like your favorite celebrity or character, is it really any surprise that the cosplay community stepped up to the plate to put their favorite boys forward for this competition? To start spreading word about this competition, Gale, Xander, and a bunch of their cosplayer friends ended up posting loads of posters around New York City. And of course, hyping up to the over 2.7 million collective followers on TikTok. And these videos got views. These videos pulled in numbers, with most of the videos gaining over 1 million views each, with over 200,000 likes respectively. It's fair to say that the stage was set for something pretty spectacular, a certified NYC incident of Shibuya proportions. Hell, even popular gaming brand Razer wanted to get in on the Gojo action by contacting Xander and offering some of their peripherals as a prize for the winner.
The Gojo lookalike contest is tomorrow, and since it's going to be so historical, we need a historical prize. Razer themselves has reached out to me and asked to sponsor the Gojo lookalike contest, and you know what color the Razer peripherals can turn? Purple!
And so at 3 p.m. on the 13th of December in Washington Square Park, New York City, the Gojos and the Gojo girlies gathered, with an estimated over 400 persons attending and over 25 cosplayers ready to strut their stuff. And I won't even lie, this competition genuinely reminded me so much of the catwalk off that you see in Zoolander, you know, where all the male models are kind of strutting against each other and doing the most outlandish, stupid stuff to see who is the best male model. I don't know, it kind of gives that same energy, especially because it's Gojo. Gojo is such a Zoolander girly. Now, when it comes to the judging for this competition, it was all up to the crowd's decision, judging them based off their mannerisms, appearance, and the overall Gojo vibes. Now, I know Gojo vibes isn't super specific, but if you've read the manga or watched the anime, you know exactly what I mean. Gojo has a very specific himbo, but not himbo type of vibe. And an immediate fan favorite cosplayer that I have seen pasted everywhere when it comes to this competition is Gojo number 21, aka the shirtless Gojo.
And I'm that Gojo from that one figurine you've seen online.
Now, the cosplayer behind this raunchy Gojo is known as Bichar over on TikTok and Instagram. And if you're wondering what the inspiration for this shirtless Gojo cosplay was, I can tell you. Because this cosplay is based off the 53cm tall raunchy Gojo statue by the Talon Studios, with this resin statue specifically showing off Gojo taking shirtless selfies. Although if you know anything about resin figurines or have seen this resin figurine before, we should be thankful that the cosplayer decided to cosplay this variation of the statue. And another fan favorite cosplayer that a lot of people were hoping to win is Blonde and a Baddie.
Hey guys, get ready with me, Gojo, Blonde and a Baddie, to go to my Gojo contest in New York City.
However, this absolute icon who was meant to be taking part in the Gojo lookalike competition was actually a no-show, although through no fault of her own.
I look ratty as hell, but a common question I've been getting is where was a blonde and a baddie Gojo at the Gojo lookalike contest? You know the girl who goes, who the hell is Gojo? Where was she? Because we needed her at the Gojo lookalike contest. It's okay, my children. Grab yourself a little bit of hot chocolate, sit by the fire, let's talk about it right now. On Wednesday, November 11th, Blonde and a Baddie Gojo posts, I'm coming to the Gojo lookalike contest. And at this point, me and all my friends, we're holding hands and jumping around the Christmas tree like it's Christmas morning, man. We're geeking out. We're tweaking. We probably got a noise violation calling us by our neighbors, man. It was insane. We were freaking out. But Xander, first of all, where's the Gojo wig? And second of all, why was Blonde and Baddie Gojo not there? It's because tragedy struck. Her plane ticket or whatever got canceled the night before and she wasn't able to come. But this mad lad of a woman rented a car from the airport and drove 12 hours to New York City.
We were robbed of Baddie Gojo, and honestly, loads of people were so upset that she could not attend. Baddie ended up actually arriving 2 hours after the competition ended, and instead of being greeted by her fellow Gojos, was instead surrounded by Christmas carolers on an otherwise ordinary night in Washington Square Park.
Okay guys, Gojo made it to the Gojo event at Washington Square. Let me show you guys the event. I don't see the other Gojos. I don't see the other Gojos here, but I gotta go find them. Gojo twins, where are you guys? The event is here.
And another unexpected twist in the tale of the Gojo lookalike competition is that the winner of the Timothée Chalamet lookalike competition, Miles Mitchell, ended up showing up in full Wonka regalia with a suitcase full of Feastables chocolate and ended up pulling a Jimmy Beast by throwing chocolate bars into the crowd of people who were watching the Gojo lookalike competition. He also vlogged the entire event over on his YouTube, which was really, really fun to watch as somebody who was stuck in gloomy old England and wasn't able to actually attend this in person. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, and it's so much fun, and I love it. Overall, it was pretty stiff competition with a lot of people putting in a lot of effort to put themselves out there in cosplay in public. It's no doubt intimidating being stood in front of around 400 people in full cosplay and expected to give a bit of a performance. But eventually, after all the good effort from all the other contestants, a winner was finally chosen. This being Gojo number 9, aka Cowboy Gojo, aka Calum Quinn. I can't tell if it's Callum or Calum, so I'm gonna say Calum, but if it's Callum, I'm so sorry. I know there's loads of variations of the spelling of that name. But once again, there was trouble in paradise because just like the Timothée Chalamet lookalike competition, the police ended up showing up to shut the whole thing down, slapping organizer Xander Smalls with a $250 fine for not getting the correct permits to host this competition. Now, for some context, business permits and licenses are around $150 or more for NYC. And from what I can find, to actually register for a business in NYC, it's also around $100 too. And so from what I can tell, it was easier to run this competition without permission and ask for forgiveness later than it was to actually go through all the correct steps to make it happen. And so with the arrival of the police, the competition drew to a close. The crowds dispersed, the Gojos rolled out and went down into the New York subways, and the NYC incident came to its conclusion. Kinda. Now, if you know anything about the online cosplay community, you know that it can be turbulent at the best of times, especially amongst certain fandoms and online fans. There can kind of be this unfair attitude towards the cosplayers that fit the more mainstream beauty standards when it comes to cosplay, either giving them a completely abnormal amount of praise just for doing the bare minimum, or on the other hand, pitting them against each other in online comparison competitions. And unfortunately, because the Gojo lookalike competition gained a lot of social media following, it received the same kind of treatment, with the main drama being the reaction to the Cowboy Gojo winning. A lot of people in viral videos or in popular comments expressed disdain that Gojo number 21, aka the shirtless Gojo, was not given the winning title of the Gojo lookalike contest, with some of the online feedback being, I don't understand how people think number 9 deserved to win. This guy is literally Gojo. I feel like he lost because the host was mad and secure, like it was a quickly made decision. He got robbed. He should have won. And on the more extreme and negative end of this fangirling over shirtless Gojo, the winner, Cowboy Gojo, ended up having to turn the comments off on their video and putting this in the description of said video. Hey guys, I was Cowboy Gojo who won somehow. I had so much fun at the Gojo lookalike contest and I met so many people. Yay! But can you guys please stop telling me that you hate me, I should have lost, or that I'm ugly? It's a fun little contest and Gojo is a fictional character. Honestly, no one can look more like a fictional character than someone else because they're not real. The whole point was to have fun, so please let's just have fun. Shout out to Gojo21. I love you, you slayed. You should have won. Maybe it was rigged. And to all the other Gojos, we ride together, we die together. Hi everybody, Editing Addy here. So there's actually been a bit of an update since I started editing this video. So the bullying of Cowboy Gojo got so bad that Gojo number 21, aka the fan favorite, aka the people's princess, has actually spoken out about this bullying and has condemned it because obviously it's really ridiculous and really unkind to do. In a TikTok posted yesterday, Bichar said, I've been hesitant to discuss this at the risk of Streisand affecting the situation, but I'd be remiss to not speak out against the onslaught of harassment against other competitors and friends alike whom I met through the event. I've seen a lot of comments saying that I was robbed in addition to some blatantly malicious comments directed at other contestants which I simply won't condone. To put things bluntly without any reservation whatsoever, saying that I was robbed or harassing others does not make me feel better since I'm genuinely thrilled to have been named the runner-up in one of the most entertaining events of my entire life, but it does make a newfound friend feel worse. CJ aka Gojo9 is an absolute sweetheart and not only did they have my full undivided support at the event, but they'll continue to have it moving forward. I kindly appreciate all who have shown them the support they deserve. Both of us had a blast achieving our mutual goal. And of course, both of the organisers of the Gojo lookalike contest have also spoken up, with Xander posting this to his TikTok a couple of days ago.
Stop bullying the people that were in the lookalike contest, man. It gets to a point and it's gotten way too far, bro. I've seen so many hate comments that are like, you know, Gojo21 should have won, this Gojo should have won, that Gojo should have won. It does not matter. You're forgetting that this contest was not supposed to be serious at all. It was supposed to be for the jokes, for the goofs.
Unfortunately, cosplay TikTok can at times be a completely different breed of fans, with many people simply forgetting how to behave and how to conduct themselves with something that is otherwise just a bit of fun. We've seen this before with other viral cosplay competition winners and people not agreeing with the winner's pick. Cosplay should and has always been about having fun first and foremost. I mean, there were tons of amazing entries in this competition that simply didn't get the spotlight, like Cowboy Gojo or Gojo number 21. Loads of people who put effort into their cosplays and took the courage to go on stage in front of over 400 people. They didn't get anywhere near the praise or recognition that Gojo21 did, but they also didn't get the hate that Gojo number 9 did. People online really do need to chill out with their couch-side criticism of cosplay, because more likely than not, they are not the yay han of their local community. But in better news, coverage of the Gojo lookalike competition ended up reaching the English VAs of JJK's Gojo and Yuji Itadori, who were funnily enough attending Anime Weekend Atlanta that very weekend, with both voice actors being nothing less than stoked that this competition took place, although wishing that they'd actually been there to judge and witness the whole thing, as well as giving fair praise to the winner, Cowboy Gojo.
First of all, can I just say, while this is amazing, whoever's organizing this stuff, tell us. We'll go. We'll go. Like, what are you doing? KG would have shown up there.
I would have judged for sure, 100%. But the Cowboy Gojo did win, right? And it was a very, very good Gojo, so I'm pretty happy with it. So now, you know, Apex Gojo is the Cowboy Gojo.
Cowboy Joe.
So congratulations to the Cowboy Gojo community.
But in another positive update, the English VAs that you just heard from have also offered to pay the fine that Xander and Gale received for holding this competition, so I guess all's well that ends well. And I don't know how long this lookalike competition trend will continue to go on for. I feel like by the time we hit 2025, it may be well and done. But I won't lie, I'm kind of a fan of it. But let me know down below, what do you think of these lookalike competitions? Do you enjoy this trend, or do you agree with the police that maybe people should be getting permits to take part in it? Personally, in my opinion, as somebody who has been going to little local anime meetups since they were literally a child. I feel like doing these gatherings in public is kind of just old school anime community behavior. I think it's just such a bummer that the police had enough spare time to go and break up a Gojo lookalike competition rather than doing literally anything else. Also, let me know, are there any other lookalike competitions that you'd like to take part in? Personally, if we're going to do more JJK ones, I'd love to see a Nanami competition or maybe a Shoko competition. I also feel like a really fun one, and one that could be a little bit more fashionable as well, could be doing a Sanrio lookalike competition. I think that could be really fun, and I think a lot of people would go out of the way to try and find the most obscure Sanrio character to cosplay as. Now we're coming to the end of the year, we're going to be hitting 2025 soon, and I really want to give a huge thank you to everyone who supported my channel the last couple of months. With the potential of a TikTok ban, and that still being my main source of income, it's been really reassuring to see how much people are enjoying my long form content. Now, if you want to stay up to date on when I upload and when the next video comes out, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon down below. But of course, if you do miss me in between videos, you can check me out over on Instagram and over on TikTok. Thank you so much for supporting this video, and as always, it's time for an outfit check. Bye! Okay, it's time for the end of the video outfit check, and today is a pretty cute one. So I got these goggles years ago, like literal years ago, from AliExpress, but I actually do have a more updated pair that I got from the thrift. I just need to adjust the elastic band on, so if you can buy them at the thrift, I do recommend it. My safety pin choker is from Named Collective. This tooth locket that I hope hasn't been jangling too loudly during this video, I literally only realized after filming, is from the Vivienne Westwood World's End store in Chelsea. This Yami Kawaii button-up shirt is from Puvithel, which is one of my favorite Yami Kawaii stores and a fantastic brand to support. And on the lower half, we have this cute black and pink tartan skirt, which is actually part of the Yami Kawaii collection that I worked on with Koi Footwear a couple of years ago.